so much. Well, my name is Tomas, and this is my amazing better half, Christina. And that's right. And we were thinking about what we wanted to talk about. Obviously, we have business owners, people in the community, and what we wanted to talk about is, number one, we do have businesses in the community. One of them is what she mentioned, Luxury Home Magazine. It's a luxury real estate publication, and then Spanish Grove Academy. Now, when you run a business, for those of you, raise your hand if you have a business that you're running. Those are the business owners out here. Awesome. So as you know, that there are things that make you successful. Can we all agree? There are things that really, really help you be successful, whether you run a business or not. And we have 3 ideas that we want to quickly share. The first one is that positivity is really, really important.
Yeah, I always tell Tomas that taking over for a preschool, because I have Spanish Grove Academy, going from Luxury Home Magazine, totally 2 different businesses. Can we agree on that? And who here has a toddler or a 4-year-old or had one, but maybe they're grown up now, yes? An uncle, niece, nephew, something. They always are not looking for the regular you. They want the Disney positive you. Can we agree on that? And so when they're looking at you, they're looking for the positive you. And so I always talk about how in our businesses, whether it's with your employees, that they don't want you that came in like Eeyore Disney, you know, like, oh, here I go. But they really want the positive you. They want the happy you. And not the fake happy you, but the one that actually motivates them to stay positive and happy. So Tomas here doesn't have any problem with that. He wakes up in the morning with the volume turned up real high and is shaking the house before all of us, it's 6:30 in the morning. So Enzo's right behind him. And I might be the Eeyore, but don't tell anybody that.
No, not at all. Number 2, one of the things that's really helped us is this idea of stay in your lane. So as business owners, I have to tell you, this is by far my worst. This is what I really had to learn, because when we first started, I wanted to get all in her business and micromanage everything she was doing. And as a business owner, if you're constantly micromanaging, what happens? Bad things happen, right? And so one of the things that I had to realize, I had to get a coach, I had to find someone that could help me understand is that, look, she has what she does really well, and I have what I do really well, and we need to stay in our lane to really be successful.
He was always in my lane. So now we're in therapy right now. Can we agree on that? That this guy had his list of to-do tasks, so did I, but somehow he was always creeping onto my side. I always said it was Puerto Rican. It's the Puerto Rican thing. He likes being in the Sicilian's business. Yes. But I think what the coach helped us, and this could not be your partner. Maybe you don't work with your spouse. We had the luxury of working with our spouse. Maybe you're the owner and you're all up in your executive's business. Yes? Maybe you're the executive and you're in your owner or your manager's business. And I think just addressing that on a daily basis, am I in my lane or am I in their lane? And if they're not doing the job, then maybe they need to be liberated and do another job.
Right.
But more importantly, allowing them to fail, allowing them to do wrong. And that was what we learned together, was just staying in our lane and being focused on what your task is and getting it 100% and not looking over on the other person's paper and seeing what they're doing wrong.
Right. And lastly, strategic partners. Now, we know the power of a strategic partner, don't we? Now, strategic partners can be, for example,
well, you need a good attorney. That's a good strategic partner. Can we agree on that? You need a good CPA to keep you out of jail. Can we also agree on that? Tomas has a long time ago a mastermind on how we talked about the IRS. We won't go into that, but we got a CPA, amen, we're staying out of jail.
That's right.
But those 2 are really good. And honestly, when it comes down to it, banking is one. And Tomas is going to talk about it, but I love seeing all my friends here from Bank of San Antonio. Yes. Actually, the conversation of banking came way back many years. Brett was in the kitchen of Darlene Starkey. This was actually before Enzo, so more than 10 years ago. And so Bank of San Antonio has been coming and coming, but I love to see my friends here. I love to see the friends in my community. I love seeing Gina here as well. But being part of that Bank of San Antonio, I walk in here all the time. Sometimes I'm in a hat. on my day off, and I get the same service as I get when I'm, all dressed up to the nines. It's 100% that personal phone call saying, Ms. Martinez, is this a transaction that you wanted to make? Because it's different. And I love that. Is this, the check number is out of order? Is this okay? That's different from our past experience with other banks. I won't go into chasing what bank that name is, but you get the picture?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Now, from the one thing I will tell you about strategic partners is when we wanted to acquire the school, SGA, the process to do that, anybody ever been through an SBA process, right? That process was daunting. It was really, really difficult. But when we finally found our bank home at Bank of San Antonio, when we finally found the people that could help us through that, we started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We started to see that we could make this transaction happen. And we are grateful that we were able to see that happen with Bank of San Antonio, and we're continuing that relationship. So if you're here and if you're not currently with Bank of San Antonio, look, this is an unsolicited plug. We just want to let you know you need to talk to somebody here with Bank of San Antonio, because they could really be a help where maybe you didn't think there was a way. They could figure out a way to make it work. And so I want to thank Angelica for the opportunity to share a little bit what's helped us be successful. And one more thing.
Yeah. I forgot. One more thing that you need for your strategic, person, then we'll go back to Tomas, is a coach.
Oh, yeah.
You need a coach. If you're the owner, the accountability, you hit the ceiling, there's no one to hold you accountable. Can we agree on that? If you're the executive and maybe the owner is not there, you hit the ceiling and no one is saying, hey, did you finish that? Where are your numbers? And actually that's where I'm on my way tonight, is to go see my coach. That has changed my business entirely. Yeah. It's what helped Tomas stay in his lane.
Yes, it
but going back to Bank of San Antonio, I didn't want to miss that part because it's really important to get a coach. A lot of people think that the accountability partner left when you left mom's house. Mom doesn't ask you if you've done something or not. But it's really important. But the Bank of San Antonio, when we were actually applying to different banks for that loan, not everybody said yes or was making it very difficult. Yeah. And so we had the luxury of having Maitland, if anybody knows Maitland, and all the team of Bank of San Antonio. We're grateful and always will be, because when somebody says yes to you after no's, that gratitude stays with you forever. And so more than the service, they can really honestly mess up and we'd probably be okay with it. You haven't yet, so all of you out there, you haven't done it yet. But really, it's that yes when everyone told you no. And the same thing happens if you're in sales, how many no's you get. So when that person says yes, you're doing the dance, right? Yeah. Keeps the Disney alive.
Yeah, we were dancing. And for those you don't know, I want to make sure to introduce our young man here, Mr. Tomas Martinez IV. He wanted to be with us to see us chat. And I want to again thank the Bank of San Antonio. Thank you for this opportunity. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.